Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queens, welcome to the Return of Black Broadway podcast show with your boy Ray Gideon Peoples, aka Peoples the Dapper Demon Clapper, and my man AJ Throwback in the building. One time,
You're
yes, indeed. So we have a very special guest near and dear to my heart in the building today. My sister from another mister, right back to this mister. With the gifts, all the lanes. Afi Soul, the queen of R&B, DC's own Uptown girl in the building. Yeah.
Hey,
So,
hey.
yes. So listen, before we get it popping, everybody who's tapping in, you know what I'm saying, do me a favor and give us a shout. You know what I mean? Wherever you coming from, whether you're in town, out of town. Oh yeah, that's mine and that's my kind. Baby, what's going on? She done tapped in.
we already know. We already know. Mrs. Gatlin in the building.
Sis, hey, long time.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, man, we getting it popping. But everybody who tapping in, man, you know, just say hello from wherever you at. You know what I mean? All right, yeah, that's my little cuz Elliot. You know what I'm saying? Love it. Tapping in from
Absolutely.
VA.
Got
Yeah,
the
man.
V. Got the V and the
Yeah.
DMV represented.
Yes, indeed. You know what I mean, man? Tap in. We want to see, you know, show all of y'all love from wherever y'all at. You know, DC, Maryland, Virginia, out of town, out of country, wherever. You know, tap in and say what's up.
That's right.
So,
We show love on this joint.
yes, we do. So, listen, we have, man, so much amazing ground to cover with this artist here, especially when it comes to even mentioning the name U Street, aka Black Broadway.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell y'all in for a treat tonight. There is some history up in the building on these U Street stomping grounds we've been talking about here. Uh-huh. And we also gonna highlight some of the new things that's popping. You know what I mean? Like y'all are dealing with not just a DC born and raised artist, you are also dealing with an international soul artist. Like I'm talking about we overseas with it.
Yeah.
And from the Caribbean to the motherland. You hear me? So it's a whole lot going on in the building, spicing and making it just nice. So once again, um, everybody, you know, we want to also get y'all input on some things tonight. We got a lot of nice little different little clips and some music to play that chronicle a lot of the different eras that we have been talking about, and a lot of all the themes of our shows and all the guests that we've had. It's all a part of the flavor. So before we highlight it, AJ, we got anybody that's hopped in the building yet? We gonna shout out or we gonna keep it rolling?
We gonna keep it rolling. Other than the comments that we got, everybody just chilling, watching, and all that good stuff. But definitely, as my brother said, let us know where you from. Shout so we can shout you out, put you on screen, shout you out in the comments and everything. We appreciate everybody for tuning in.
All right. So before we get into man, all right, let's talk about let's just start from the beginning, B. Like let's start from the top of where it can even happen. You know, where it became a thing for you to even want to do. You know what I mean? Like, and you know your influence around even becoming Afi Soul, and then we can go from there.
Are you talking about beginning, like beginning, like little girl beginning? Is that what I'm-
Yeah, give us that right
Oh, is
there.
that it? Okay.
The origin
We
story.
need that. Yeah, we
Okay,
need
so
all of that.
so I originally got bit. We say bit by the bug, the performance bug, the arts bug. Um, I was a little girl. My parents took us to go see the Wiz. It was touring, the Black Wiz. It was touring. I literally probably was maybe still in diapers or just got potty trained. I was that young, but that's how much I remember it. Um, and then I came home and I started doing everything that they were doing on stage. And my mother and my father looked at me. They were like, "Wait a minute, what's going on?" And I remember them saying, "Wow, she's good. Like, what is she doing? What is?" I mean, they were surprised. That was when I really remember being like really taken by the stage, like really excited about the stage. And I thought for a long time that I was going to be like music theater. Like that was my passion because I love to sing, dance, and act. And a lot of people don't know that. So I thought that was going to be my thing, and it still is. I still do that as well. I still do theater and performing arts as well. But then as I got a little bit older, I would say like elementary, um, other people started discovering that I could sing. In school, I would sing all the latest songs. Like I knew everything that came out. Sing that song, and I was just gonna pop off. I could sing it. I could sing any one of the songs. And y'all wanna know the first performance I did? Oh my god. It was the talent show. I was at Bunker Hill Elementary. Shout out to Bunker Hill
Oh
Elementary.
wow.
Bunker
Bunker
Hill.
Shout
Hill.
out to Bunker Hill Elementary. It was at Bunker Hill Elementary. And um I was asked to audition, or I decided to audition and sing and sing. And the show came, and everyone was like, "Oh, you okay?" Told the principal, "Oh, wait till you hear Fee sing. Wait till you hear literally." That's what they were doing. Oh, Fee, oh, she's just beautiful. Okay, I got up there and I was like this. I couldn't get
You was
one word
stuck.
out, and the principal came. Her name was Miss Preston. Bless her spirit, because I know she's no longer with us on this plane. She stood in front of me and was like, "I heard all about you. I've been waiting." I couldn't get anything out. And then finally said, "You give good love to me."
Mm.
That's all I
Mm.
could get out. That's all I could get. Really, that's all I could get. I couldn't get nothing out. And then she came to see me, and I cried, went off the stage. I cried like it's like really a movie. I went off the stage. I cried. She came to see me in my classroom. I think I was like 8 years old. She came to see me in my classroom and was like, I'm so sorry, that this happened. I was disappointed because your music teacher, everybody was telling me, how beautiful you sing. And I really said, I want to give you another opportunity. The next assembly, I want you to get up there and I want you to sing that song. And I got up there and I sang that song.
There it
I was
was.
like in my mind and in my spirit that made, everybody has that moment, they're like never again. In my mind and in that spirit, in that moment, after I got off stage, because I was so upset, I was so embarrassed. And then when the principal came and she gave me the pep talk and was like, "I'm gonna give you another chance." And I got up there and I sang, we did the do-over. In my mind, I was like, this is what I don't care how scared I am, because I was still scared. I was like, I will never, ever, ever, ever do that again. So I sang,
Mm.
and then from then on, it's just been nonstop. It's been nonstop. So that's my story. That's how I started.
Yeah,
Oh God,
that's dope.
yeah,
Okay, so that's Lil Fee catching the bug.
that's right.
Yeah, I love it. Awesome. Yeah, so okay, so tell us a little bit more about. Let's start filling in the middle. You know what I mean? Where did Afi, as we know her today, start becoming? You know what I mean? Like we know,
Uh,
the theater and the dance and all that that's there. You know what I'm saying? You starting to sing the first step out and singing. All right, so how we get to Lovely and Phoenix Rising and all the other stuff in between and before that and after that.
okay, fast forward.
Right. All right. So yeah,
so
just kind of bring us along that part.
let me see. All right, so fast forward a little bit. So I would say high school. Um, I again singing in talent shows, singing in the choir. Your dad was my teacher, developing my voice, training me. Side note, that's how me and Darius became fam, because his father was my first voice teacher. And somebody had heard about me. Because back then we used to have school go-go's and everybody had school bands and all that stuff. And somebody heard about me and wanted me to come and audition for a go-go band. And I'm not
Of
gonna name the go-go
course.
band. I'm
This
not
is
gonna
these
name the
people
go-go
or
band
not.
because y'all heard of the band. I'm not. If you a go-go head, if you for real from DC, you heard of this band. So anyway, I went and auditioned for this band. I made the band, and that was my start of me singing like professional, like in a place outside of school, like outside of those type of arenas. And the guy at that time was the manager. His name was, they called him Frederick Kenner or Fred Kenner at that time. Now his name is Kimani Uncle. He found himself, got him a funky African name, Love It, right? But at that point, and then after that band broke up, he came to see me and he was like, listen, I think you can really do this. And if you want to do this, let's do this. Like I'll back you. I'll help you. I'll help manage you. And so that was like the beginning of me, like finding my style, my niche. And I don't know if you remember this song, Z, but you remember Good Intentions? Good intentions, you mistake.
Wow, that's way back. Oh my God. Woo.
That was my first single, and I sang that thing to death because I was so afraid to write and explore. But that was the one song that I had written, and I sang that song all the way through my Howard years, and did a whole bunch of other covers. And we were rocking U Street. We were rocking U Street, like all of the Republic Gardens. Um, oh my God, the U Street Music Hall, um, the Black Cat, the
Y'all about to say Black Cat? Yeah.
930 Club. You remember 930 Club? Um, it was WST, the old WST Radio Music Hall that my grandma used to go watch Camp Calloway in. I ended up performing there, but it was the 930 Club. You know what I'm saying? So, like every venue you can name of that time, I did, and more than once. Like it was such a beautiful, like bountiful time. And then people were like, "Yo, I like that song. Like I want to hear you sing something else other than the covers." Because I used to dig on Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, like you. Those were my girls, the R&B queens of like the '90s, you know. And I want to hear you. So people encouraged me to write, to write, to write. And the only thing I can write about is make up stuff. Like it has to be something that's like a real thing to me, whether it's something I'm seeing or something I've experienced. And as you get older, you begin to have more stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
More things start happening in your life. More, you start observing and really experiencing life from those eyes. And so I started being able to just write and write my experiences. And then, Lovely. Then we wrote Lovely. Then I wrote Lovely. And it was just like pouring out of me because I had so many stories to tell. There were so many people who supported me during that time. I became a young mother, a young single mother, of twins, and
Wow.
was like, and a young single mother of twins. Let me say that again. Still trying to hold on to my music, still trying to just hold on to me. And there were so many people around me who supported me. I got the twins go through the gig. I got the twins. D, we would hop on the road, go to Philly, go to New York, go wherever, do the gig, and I come right back to go feed my
Come
kids.
right back the
Mm.
same night. Right back
Mm.
in town.
So I
Yep.
got to go feed my babies, and it was like that, for a while. And those stories helped me to write Lovely, helped me to like get that out. It was like a beginning of my self realization and my self healing, because along with that came a lot of stories, came a lot of backstories that I needed to get out and begin healing and telling my story so others can, can see and hear and benefit from it. Yeah, so that's how we got Lovely. And Lovely was dedicated to all of those lovely people who helped me get there. So that's why it was called Lovely.
Which, by the way, we did do on tour. I would say that because I was her MD at that
We
time.
did.
and it was co-producing on some of the music we was writing,
Yeah.
which y'all will actually hear tonight to chronicle that era.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
was the Seagram's Gen tour. We
yep,
did that was the tour. It was the
that was
Seagram's Gen
Raheem
tour.
Devon,
Raheem,
Lil Mo. Uh,
Little Mo, Escape was supposed to be on there, but I'm not sure what happened with
yeah,
them.
they didn't make it, but yeah, no, it was Raheem Devon, Lil Mo. Oh, remember Tila from Suave House was on it.
There you go.
Oh
I could
wow.
not remember his name. He was so cool from Nashville, right? He was
Yeah,
from Nashville, and
yeah.
then it was another sister. She was signed under R. Kelly's album. R.
Yeah.
Kelly's
Spark was it
la-
Sparkle?
what was it?
Was it Sparkle?
That sound for me. That might have
Because I
been
know
one.
that was one of his newer artists that he kind of signed like a while back. Like,
It sounds like if that sounds like it might have been her. I can't remember specifically, but she was cool too. Everybody was cool. It was that I was like, wow, I'm really doing this. Like I'm really on a tour bus. I'm really.
yeah,
Do you remember?
yeah,
I was so nervous. I just bust out crying on the bus, and I was almost wrong. I was like, oh, I don't know what's it. And they was like, clear the bus. You remember that? And we had to have a moment.
yo, oh
We,
my god,
I was, cause I was like all of the stuff that I had been through and seen and witnessed as a young woman, as a young mother, as a striving artist, an independent artist, and here I was opening for 4 or 5 nights on the Seagram's Gen tour on the East Lake tour. And I was shout out to Lamar Lee Kane, who made that happen. Another DC native. He saw me at one of the shows and was like, "Yo, I've been looking for you. I got something that you need to do." And he was like, "Hook me up with your managers, cause I got something." And that's how I got on the Seagram's Gen tour. That's how I got on BETJ. Somebody else was like, "Yo, I got something I need you to do. Give me your hottest video." I was like, what? What? Like it was just like raining at that moment. It's a really blessed and fortunate situation, you know. Yeah.
so just to bring everybody up to speed with what she just explained, "Lovely" was her first official album as an
Mhm.
you know, and a lot of those experiences again came through what was expressed or shared or demonstrated on Lovely. So real quick before what I want to do at this moment, since we got right there, I want to demonstrate to the people one thing that came out of that era from Lovely.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna play it for y'all, but before we do that, real let's tap in with the comments to see, if anybody else has popped in. Let's talk to me. Everybody a shout out from wherever you at. See DC, Maryland, Virginia, VA, checking in where you coming from. We want to show you some love.
Yes,
Sorry.
indeed. Yes, the homie T Black. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for tuning in, my good brother. Definitely don't it's funny that we was in the studio last week and we gonna preview it because he has a song with the homie Stinky Dink. Actually, Stinky Dink and Killer Cow. Taj is produced for a lot of great artists from the area, bringing that like the fusion of hip hop and go go together. What he does is absolutely incredible. So shout out to that brother right there. Of course, sis OG the Queen on a check in. You
OG
know,
the Queen in the building one time.
yes, yes, indeed. She definitely showing love to Afi. And shout out to, and she was one of 2 people who comment on your hair, by the way.
Something a little different. Something a little different. We
Ab-
fix it up. Thank you, sis.
Absolutely, absolutely. And shout out to my fam, Shanika Wilson Ross on the check-in. Said good evening. Also said her hair is beautiful. So getting lots of love on the hair.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And just a little sneak peek of the voice you gave earlier. You got some love for the vocals, for the pipes and everything. So yes, yes. Lots of love from
Yeah.
folks. And OG the Queen representing from Chi-Town, you know what I'm saying? We got the out of town love,
Oh,
you know.
Yes,
Absolutely,
indeed. Yes,
absolutely. Yeah.
all
So
right,
that.
so look, real quick, since we got a few people up in the building, we close, we gonna have many more sliding through. Everybody probably just getting their kids to bed and ready to pop in and say hi. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and run this special cut. I feel honored to talk about it because yours truly was featured on it. What I'm saying, with the music composition. This Mimi song is a very important song, very powerful song. Speaking of the history of Black Broadway, speaking of the history of our ancestors and of our people, this one was real personal right here, but it was also real powerful for the community. So many people really were blessed by this song. You know what I'm saying? It's entitled Mimi Song.
Yeah. Actually, let's keep the convo going because I am having technical difficulties with my program. Is
Whoa.
Yeah, it
Uh-oh.
decided it's Mercury retrograde or something something going on right about now because this
I thought
thing.
that thing was over.
Well, apparently it didn't leaked into this week too
We
because
in
it's.
shadows. Come
Yeah.
on, Mercury.
Right, exactly. It's like, yeah, of all days today, this thing want to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to do a workaround. So if you could keep it going a little bit, I'm gonna try to see if I can do a workaround real quick so we can keep everything moving with the music and stuff.
Well, you
All
want me to tell you about the song? About
right.
Mimi?
Well, yeah, then, I was gonna have you explain it after they listen to the music.
Okay.
But since we waiting on the technical, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna pop in a second. Y'all be patient with us. But we might as well jump into the story about how Mimi song came about. What it's about.
I heard me mention a few minutes ago how we were performing at the 930 Club, which used to be the WST radio station where my grandma used to go around the corner to the hot shops and hang out after work. She was a domestic worker. All the domestic workers would hang out around that area, hang out at hot shops, go to the WST, see the latest, Ella Fitzgerald, see Cap Calloway, like you name it. And so our nickname, our love name for my grandma was Mimi. And around the time when I was writing Lovely, she passed. And I was just like really inspired. A lot of the songs that I get, sometimes they come in my sleep. And that song came in my sleep when me and Dee, and I think we were rehearsing for the Seagram's tour.
Mm-hmm.
We were rehearsing for the Seagram's tour, and I was like, Dee, I got something that's heavy on me. It's for my grandma. And he was like, I said, I need you to put something to it. He was like, let me hear it. And I just started singing it, and I just started giving the background singing because we were there. Everybody was there. And I started giving the background singers their part. I was like, sing this, sing this, sing this. And then he was like, oh. And then he started playing, and it wasn't him, it was APG playing. Because when I tell you their ancestors was rocking, like by the time we finished in that moment, we were all crying because we just really felt the energy. Like I told you, these I call them B. I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey,
Sorry. Okay.
listen, you
Okay.
family. You can call me
Like his
that.
dad, like I said, he and his dad and I got extremely close, like father-daughter relationship. That's why he said sister from another father. And he really, really mentored me and shaped me as an artist, as a vocalist, helped me believe that to do things with my voice that I didn't know I could do, helped me find it and really the courage to really be out there out front. And so when I was singing about my grandma, he was playing about his father.
Yeah,
And
because my father had not probably had passed, like he had transitioned like a little while before that.
yeah, yeah, it was like we were both like in this same space, you
Mm-hmm.
know, um, because these were very important relationships to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was singing, he was playing. And so even it's called Mimi song. It is my grandmother's song, but you know, his father's energy was there too, was playing a big part of it as well. And if you knew his father, knew his father's playing style, you could hear it in the song. And when I tell you, it was just such a beautiful moment. You know, because two of my cousins were singing background for me at the time. They were crying, like Dee was crying, I was crying. We were all just like, it was just like we had this moment. And it was really a beautiful, beautiful thing. And we just went in the studio and we just knocked. I think I knocked that song out like in one take. Like I
It
went
was
in
real quick. It was like, all right,
real.
y'all ready?
It was I wasn't performing. I was like when I recorded it, I wasn't performing. I was singing from another place, and we just I'm getting chills thinking about this song. Oh, did you get it? Because I want them to hear it.
Yeah, it's. I tried to go through a different audio source, and it's still giving me problems right now.
Oh
Like,
my.
yeah, like everything. The only thing that I'm able to run is the StreamYard. The audio is completely down right now. I'm gonna try to keep working around it, but right now, like we don't have any audio, or we don't
Oh,
have any music. I should say we
oh,
got audio. Everybody can hear us, but
right.
right now with the music, everything is just like shot. I don't know what's going on with my computer right now.
Hmm.
Yeah,
All right.
because
Well, either way, listen, we gonna keep it rolling. It's gonna come together where it need to come together.
That's right.
So, no, but like I will say, like honestly, to speak to the strength of what you kind of highlighted, a lot of people in this town have to really recognize and give self worth to what we really have. Like without even trying, you named off multiple outlets of arts, theater, entertainment, people you've connected with, people that I've connected with, we've connected with together, folks that we know from different parts of the infrastructure. It's like U Street, Black Broadway, and just the DC and DMV area, period. Like again, I'll say, as I always highlight, that we have been trailblazers and trendsetters since the beginning.
Mm,
And so I really think it's significant that you've been able, even from the arts education standpoint, like at the point where you even can highlight when that shaped what you were and are as an artist.
mhm. Mhm.
It's so much, it's such a wealth of that here. But um, I think even Jason, when we interviewed him, said something similar. I don't think we really fully recognize what we have because there's so much of it.
Yeah.
We take it for granted.
Yeah. And that's true. You know, and it's funny because when we were doing like Bohemian Caverns, right?
Hmm.
When we were doing these places, first of all, U Street had been shut down. Like U Street, like what y'all see now is not what it was. U Street had been shut down since the burnings, since the burnings of the '60s when Martin Luther King got assassinated. U Street was the place that got burned down. So there was no more Black Broadway. That ended the original Black Broadway at that time. All of those clubs, all of those theaters, Lincoln Theater, all of those places got burned down, right? And then somebody came and started wanting to bring it to life. I don't remember what organization it was, but one by one, each one of those clubs got a new lease in life, got renovated, got fixed, got hooked up. And we were the ones who moved in there and brought that energy back. And for me, it brought chills to me to perform on the same stages like Ella Fitzgerald, like Cab Calloway, like Billie Holiday. Like, I mean, those were the original Black Broadway. And then here we come, little whippersnappers.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How they would look at us, here we come. And we were coming with this energy riding on their shoulders. Like we were coming, if y'all don't know, I'm a serious person about history and ancestors and understanding who came before us. And so we were coming with that energy, like, yo, we're honoring them, literally, like we're honoring them. We're coming back. Bohemian Caverns was like the Dizzy Gillespie performed at Bohemian Caverns, like You know what I'm saying? That was everybody's hangout spot. After they performed, they went there and did jam sessions. Like this, these are the places that we reopened, that we brought that energy back to. You know, and it was just like, to me, it was an honor. It was chilling to me. It was like I knew that I was paying homage to my ancestors, but not realizing what we were trend setting, what we were starting at that time. D, I didn't know.
Mhm.
I didn't realize what we were doing. Like we were finished the set. Oh, what time you going? All right, we coming over there too. We were finished our set and hop at about two or three other stages, and even just get on for a minute, or even just be in the crowd supporting each other. Yo, it was an energy like y'all cannot imagine. Like I totally missed that, because when I tell you the people that came out of that scene, Cy Smith, W. Allington, Raheem Devon, me, come on, D, who else? Like, I mean,
Oh, Bilal Salam,
Bilal, like
the whole Urban Ave, you know what I'm saying? That
Tamika
whole
Love
Tamika
Jones.
Love Jones, yep, Deb,
Oh my,
all
and
of that.
the musicians themselves that came out, like the musicians that are now like touring or big producers for this person, that person, all over. We was all in there together. Like it was just like a beautiful thing. And I'm sure when Ella and them was in there, they didn't realize what they were doing. They was just black artists being amazing and just loving their craft, doing their thing. And I'm sure at that point in time, they didn't realize how powerful and what they was setting up for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it
and
all
then
built.
we got to come back and we got to do that. I was thinking about it now, like, yo, I'm getting chills, like for real, because and then we would hop to Philly and jumping on, because Philly had their scene, you know, and we would hop
Yeah, that's where the Black Lily and that
the
whole
Black Philly. What you talking about? Remember when I had just had KK?
yep.
I had just had my daughter. My daughter was like 3, maybe 4 months, and I was nursing. I was a nursing mom. I told my mom, I said, this bottle is for emergency. If I don't come back in time, give my baby this bottle. It was my milk. Y'all, I'm natural. I'm natural. Y'all work with me. I said, if I don't come back in time, then give her this bottle. Yo, do you know we did that? We They had technical difficulties, so we went on a little bit after what we were supposed to. We did the jam, we did the song. Everybody hopped on there. We sang, and as soon as I finished, I said, "Hey, hey, hey, who was in the audience? Jasmine Sullivan was on that show.
Yep, she
Floyd J
was.
was on that show. Let me think. What's my girl's name? Oh my God, what's her name? She was with Jay Z, and she sang
You
background
talking
for
about
Jay.
Beyonce?
Who?
You talking about you said with Jay Z?
Yeah, she was saying with. She's from Philly.
Oh, you talking about Jill?
No, Jaguar.
Jaguar, right?
Oh,
Jaguar.
Jaguar, right?
Jaguar
Yeah,
was there.
yeah.
When I tell you, and it was just
Was
before
there?
Floetry was about to pop off on their album, so they was hot. They were hot. They were on fire. Everybody was hollering when they came out. Jasmine Sullivan, when she was like just a cute. I was like, girl, you can sing. Like we was all just like right there together. And then it was a Philly DC connection, like because they would come to James Poyser was like,
The
yo,
whole OK player eventually clicked up hard with DC Cats, singers, musicians,
yeah,
all of that.
yeah. All of them, everybody was there, and James Poyser was like, "Yo, you're dope. Why didn't I get his number? I was thinking about going to go and feed my baby. What was I thinking about, D? What was
Oh,
I thinking about?
hey, listen,
What was I thinking about?
it's cool because the good thing is that all of them people is it's still a connection there. You know what I'm saying? Which is
I
really
mean,
the whole point is that we built so many things, and people don't even realize musicians and artists come from other places to come study the way we do music here.
they sure did used to come down here, especially to study our percussions.
Yes.
Especially to study, and we know firsthand they would come down and sit up in the cut and watch our percussionists and watch our styles of how we would do stuff. And then next thing you know, I ain't gonna name no names, But one of my songs I heard opening for one of the groups that was on to, I ain't gonna say no name. I was like, that's my song. But they was using it as an intro. It was wild. It was wild. It was wild, but it was good. It was good. It was it. And then my producer was like, "That's how you know you hitting on something." I said, "Okay, all right. I'm gonna take it like that. I'm gonna take
Yeah.
it." I'm trying to tell you, like it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm.
All right, so listen, we're gonna do something real quick
Okay.
because I think that we are having a major system on all ends technical difficulty. So
Oh,
what we gonna do is all y'all good beautiful people. This is the beautiful thing about 23. It ain't like back in the day, you know, if you was going in analog, you can't do nothing about it. You just rolling. But this is internet. So we gonna act like this ain't even happen, and we gonna go off and come back on. And what y'all gonna do, if y'all rocking with us too, is y'all gonna hop back on with us. Just like it never happened. Just like how you be on somebody live and the thing go sideways because the internet side it won't be down. And then you just kind of wait till they come back on. Oh, there they go. And then you watch again. That's what we're gonna do. Everybody gonna watch again. You feel me?
commercial break. Commercial
I'm
break.
saying, yeah, real quick, we're gonna take a quick, you know what I'm saying, less than 5 minute commercial break so we can hop back on here and reboot this system because ain't nothing cooperating right now. So it's putting a damp on what we trying to give y'all. We trying to give y'all quality content, and we not gonna give y'all halfway. And as much as I'm sure y'all enjoying this story, y'all ain't trying to hit talking for the rest of the night with no music.
Yeah,
So
we got to play some music.
if we got to play some music, that's part of the whole point. So we're gonna hop off real quick. Y'all give us about 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? You know, five minutes to reboot, and then we're gonna holler back at y'all in a second and get back to this show. Is that all right with y'all? If it's not all right with everybody, can y'all give us a thumbs up in the chat if that's all right with y'all?
There's my thumb.
Okay, yeah, we might not. Matter of fact, we might not even be able to see the thumbs up right now because, like I said, everything all of a sudden is frozen, like swole up on the North Pole. You hear me?
Oh my goodness.
So, all right. So this is what we're gonna do. Everybody hop off. We're gonna hop back on in a hot second. Be back at y'all. Return to Black Broadway podcast. So you did.
Okay, so should I go off and come back on to go off?
Yeah, everybody. We gonna all go
Okay,
off and restart again.
okay,
All right.
gotcha. See y'all in a minute.
All right. Bet.
And we got everything straight. We just need our brother back.
Uh-oh. I think he really counting them 5 minutes.
Yeah, so I got the he just sent me a message. Give me 1 second. Uh I don't think he's looking. Uh back on broadcast. Alright, so my apologies to everybody for whatever reason my entire system decided, it wanted to be on hood law today. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, nah, we ain't working.
It's like that sometimes.
We ain't gonna be able to do it. But definitely appreciate everybody for your patience, for staying tuned in. Those of y'all who are still tuned in, we definitely appreciate y'all for staying tuned in. While we are waiting for our brother Reggidian to come back on, I want to go through some of these comments from folks. Um, I want to read a couple of these comments from sis OG the Queen, who said, I'm getting chills just hearing those names. I love my legendaries. And then she also said, see, most people who are not from there aren't familiar with the history of the place, DMV area. So gotta push it further abroad, hoping to grasp others that automatically appreciate this. And then she said, I was probably born in the wrong place, LOL. Now, you were born exactly where you needed to be born, you know what I'm saying? But I think, and I said this on a previous broadcast before, is that the beauty of the DMV, U Street, Black Broadway, it's the story of black communities all across the country. You know what I'm saying? Really all around the world, you really think about it. Like, it's not just, yes, we have unique experiences because our area has informed our music differently than other areas. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people can resonate with the overall story,
Yeah.
or they can, or the overall story resonates with them. Let me say it like that. So definitely appreciate all of those comments from our sis OG the Queen. And yeah, while
Yeah,
we are
because
waiting, oh, go
you
right
know,
ahead, go right ahead.
it was all. It was happening in Harlem. It was happening
Mm-hmm.
Chicago.
Yep.
It was happening in, it was, what they called the children's circle. I'm also a
Yep.
music teacher, so music history is my thing.
Love it.
So it was happening, and it happened in Baltimore. Cab Calloway lived in Baltimore. If people
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that. So it happened where we called the children's circuit, but DC, I guess, being was one of the hubs. It was actually the hub that sparked the Harlem Renaissance, and people didn't know that.
Right.
But all of
Exactly.
the intellectuals and all of those people, all those poets and everything lived around U Street and circumvened around Howard,
Yep.
and so that's why it became what it was at that time. And that's why it came, because U Street was like Tulsa.
Yeah. Yeah.
U Street was like Tulsa. It was every black business. It was every black business, every black theater, every black movie theater. Lee's Flower Shop is still there.
Yep.
Like that
Yeah.
is like the only business that's still around from that time. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? This time is before us, but just because I love the history of U Street and I love the history of music so much that I know these things, because this was my grandmother's time.
Yeah.
And of course, my grandmother migrated from South Carolina because she was a domestic worker. She was, and that's how, my lineage got up here, from that branch, and she told us those stories, which made me want to learn more, but it was happening everywhere.
That's right.
Everywhere we were creating our niche. We were creating our thing, and
That's right.
and so, yeah, but DC is rich in that, because for the longest time it stayed majority African American. And so the heritage and the culture got to really, really, really develop here for a very long time before it started being gentrified. You know,
Right.
sorry, gotta say it. Sorry, not sorry.
It is
But
what it is.
it, you know what I'm saying? So I think those aspects is what made it so rich in this city, which I would like to see people really, DC, to really understand the richness of what we had and potential of what we still can have here, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I love about everything you just said is that that's exactly the reason why it's so important for us to have a return, so to say, because of the richness of the legacy, the richness of the culture, and like you said, it's deeper than just music. I mean, you're talking about business, you're talking about politics, you're talking about spirituality, so many different aspects that go
Hmm.
far beyond just the music itself. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So I definitely appreciate you running that down and being the music historian that you are. You know, that's
Hmm.
important. You know, people need to know that not just for the sake, like we've been saying, not just for DC, but it's everywhere. Everywhere that
Yeah.
we are, you have that culture or you have that richness
A rich.
everywhere somehow. You just have to be able to know where it is or the central location or the hub of where it is in that particular town.
Yep. And tap
You know.
in, tap into it. And I'm gonna stop talking. But like with my children, I didn't just pay for them the newest stuff or the latest stuff when they were growing up. I paid them stuff from my time. I played them stuff from my father's favorite music. I played my mother's favorite. I played my grandmother's favorite music. I played classical. I played everything so they could understand the richness, not just what's now. And I think that's what's missing from a lot of artists now and a lot of listeners now. They just listen to what's contemporary as opposed to that other stuff, because that other stuff is what's going to give you some meat and some sauce on your stuff that you're doing now. You know,
That's right.
so yeah. So that's how I
That's
raised my children. It's funny. My eldest daughter, who's also a wonderful singer. I can't wait till she comes out with her projects and stuff. I'm trying to support that. Hopefully, I get to support that. Um, it's funny. She plays the soundtrack for my childhood. She don't listen to her, so she played the soundtrack for my childhood and the stuff I used to play for them when they were young. I used to play Erica and Indian, all that stuff, and now that's their favorite. That's her favorite. That's her favorite stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, we got to
Yeah.
we got to pass this stuff on so it doesn't die out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now this is awesome. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna thank everybody that's tapping back in. We had a little technical difficulties. I do believe, brother, if I'm not mistaken, that we are back on and good to go.
We are GTG.
All right. So listen, before we even do any more talking, we appreciate y'all for jumping in and tapping back in and enjoying this wonderful, history lesson and just sharing more of the culture of our town here in DC and the DMV area. We're gonna take a music break and play this Mimi song real quick. Just share this. Now, listen, while we playing this song, y'all can tap in and say how you're feeling, what you think, how do you like it, do you love it? Yeah, all of that. And then we're gonna get into talking about some of this music around the whole experience. All right. Mimi song, Afi Soul.
She always taught me how to be a lady, and even how to make that vicious lemon cake. Never burn my bridges 'cause I don't know I'm gonna need. And most importantly, never stop, never look back. stop, never look back, never give up. Just keep on keeping on. Yeah, yeah, yes. Just keep on keeping on. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you, Grandma. I love you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, I love you. I love you, Mimi.
Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting. Yep.
amazing.
A Mimi song. Now, what's wild about that is that song at this point is gotta be what is it, like 15 years? 15.
Lovely, Lovely was released 2007.
Yep.
Lovely was released 2007. So what is that? I can't even do the math right now.
Yeah, that what? So what is it? 23 now? Lord, I gotta get used to saying
23. Love
23.
is 21. Child. Ooh, we about to get in trouble.
You said so it was 2007?
It was 2007. 21 would have made it 14, 15, so 16 years.
Yeah, like 16 years, yep.
About 16. But it sounded a little bit different. The playback sounded a little bit different, like a little bit. The key was a little bit different. It didn't sound different to y'all on y'all side.
I mean, it sounded different to me, but that's because I played it. So I know what key it's supposed to be in. But no, I don't know. I'm wondering. I hope in the reboot that we didn't. You know how sometimes with the internet make the pitch of everything sound different because it stretches the waves.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, it can happen,
I
but I
oh,
mean,
okay.
but either way, like
Trust me, it happens. I can't tell you how many times I've sounded like I was on helium, and it's a StreamYard issue. Like it
Okay.
happens all the time. So if it
it's a
did
Okay.
common
sound like it
problem.
was pitched up, if it sounded like it
Uh-huh.
was pitched up, then yeah, it's StreamYard. There's nothing we can do about that.
It's all good. So, but listen, y'all can look for that on iTunes and Tidal and Pandora, all of that. Hook a sister up. Go on and get that download. The album is called Lovely. Sorry, y'all gotta do my shameless plug. It's
Mhm.
called Lovely. It's still available and it's still, I think it's still current. I think it's still current. I think it's still some good stuff in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like that, man. We ain't even got to the next wave of what came after that yet. But just that album alone, and all the wonderful, beautiful experiences we had. With so many amazing artists from this town, but doing it on the road. You know what I'm saying? Together. And then even like you said, 930 Club and all the other wonderful different venues, all the places that our elders and people who traversed before that, and it again just speaks to the power of Black Broadway, which is part of the whole point of this initiative to really highlight the strength of our people and the strength of the DC DMV art scene and what we have solidified and stamped. And now, here, the significance of this our whole piece also is that we're in a renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
Like historically, we're in a renaissance as we speak. So now it's a whole nother rebirth for another wave of things we need to put out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's a birthing season.
Yep. Yep. I just pray I continue to be on the way.
Oh yeah, now listen. But see, the thing with folks don't understand, and y'all will understand more as we get deeper into this story here. What you don't realize, what you may not even understand about yourself. You international, boo boo. Sis, you on the bird.
It's yeah.
So it's like y'all don't even understand like the scope of what you have always had to offer the world and what God intends for you to even express and release now in this season is so much far beyond whether or not people still think you're relevant as a DC Queen of Soul.
Thank you.
You already took off beyond that.
Thank
It's everybody else's responsibility to tap in and catch up.
you. Right. Okay. I shake on that. I say. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's what this for. Everybody listen, if you missed the first couple of trains, go around, catch up. We international now. We in Ghana. I mean we in Trinidad. We in yeah, listen.
Yeah.
Hold on. Don't get
UK,
started.
Italy. They played it all over there.
Yeah, all of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, definitely. So listen, real quick, let's tap back in and see if we got any good people who tapped in with us. Did anybody jump back in as of yet, good brother?
Oh, plenty. Definitely plenty. And apparently, yes, it's a pitching issue with StreamYard because apparently I sound like I'm on helium right now, but I'm the only one. I don't think either one of y'all sound like it. Right? It's just me.
Oh wow! So the yard is not letting you be great from that end, huh?
No, it's really not. It's really not. You know. So yeah. But shout out to John Cruz on the check-in. Checked in a little earlier. Definitely appreciate you for tapping in with us. Let me see. Let's see. OG the Queen. She had a couple of comments. She said, noticing a lot of these youngsters playing our music, remixing it. Going back to what we said before we went to the music break. Let me see if there are any other comments. So she had a question, and I think you answered it earlier. She said, "Who were you singing to, Afi?"
Oh, my grandmother. My grandmother is Mimi. She literally taught me how to make a lemon cake. I called her on the phone one day because you tell them I'm one for y'all. I'm cooking. Everybody come over, right? I got that from my
Hey,
mom.
side note,
You
I
know
missed
that?
that. I ain't had a good meal over
I
sister
got
house.
you gonna work that out.
Speaking of,
Listen,
by the
COVID
way,
kind of dwindled out a little bit so I could start having people over again. But I would literally call my grandmother and just ask her for recipes, and she would walk me through it on the phone. I'd be like this on the phone, getting 6 eggs, 6 cups of flour, and she told me how to make that lemon cake. And from that point, everybody was like, "Oh my God!" So that vicious lemon cake. And if you're from DC, you understand vicious.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about that. I was like, see, that's really a DC thing to be able to sing that so smoothly in a song. Can we show some love for the ability to be able to sing vicious lemon cake in a song and make that jump smooth?
that's DC for you.
And
You gotta love it.
that thing was
Love it.
vicious.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Come on.
It wasn't delicious. It wasn't yummy. It was vicious.
It was,
Yeah, that's
you hear me?
yeah, man. I remember when you first sang that lyric to me when we was in the studio. I was like, "Hey, that's like that." She just said "vicious" in the song, yeah.
Right. And real smooth. Real smooth.
Actually,
I said that everybody just stopped and fell out. It was like, "Did you say vicious?" I was like, "Vicious." It was so funny.
And here's what's even funnier. You from DC if you hear a lyric in a song like that and you instantly want the lemon cake even more.
right.
Because
Hey, so where we getting this joint at?
right, exactly. Because I'm sitting here listening to the song, I'm like, dang, now I really want a piece of this vicious lemon cake.
Right. Yeah, you all imagining it in your mind now.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah.
um, real quick before we jump into a little bit more of this next leg of your journey, we're gonna do a segment right here what we like to call guess these instruments. So we're gonna throw on a random track. A few you can jump into, take you got good ear. Everybody tapping in the comments. What I'm saying? Speak on what you think you're hearing in the music. We about to get ready to play it. Guess these instruments. Can you understand? Because DC is what again? A live music town. So we should have quite a few people should be able to answer. Something you might hear a bass or a string or whatever. Somebody gonna hear something because we know what we known for. We know good live music. So you should be able to pick out an instrument or two. You dig? So here, Return to Black Broadway. Guess these instruments. AJ, what we got on the sneaky piggy?
We got this joint on the sneaky peeky. Let's hit it.
All
Just a
right, all
sneaky
right,
peeky.
all right. So, P, you want to go first?
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So I heard some cellos. I heard violin. I think I heard timpani. I think I heard piano. I know I heard piano. Um, Her drum machine. I heard that was I want to say, was that a flute? Was that a synthesized flute? I
That's
heard
one of the instruments. You picked it. One of them.
there was.
Yeah, it's some other stuff in there too, but you nailed quite a few of them definitely.
I
Somewhere in
heard more.
there.
I just can't call them out right now because I don't want to take up everybody's call. Go ahead, go ahead. Everybody else want to
Okay, yeah. OG the Queen said I heard maracas. She said I don't know how to spell it right. Listen,
I think that's how
listen,
you
get
spell
in.
it.
You spelled it right though, but yeah, you get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? But listen, maracas, yes, maracas, that's accurate. Anybody else? Anybody in the comments? What y'all thinking? What y'all saying? What instruments you hearing out there? Good people. Jump in with the fun. Violin, yeah, piano, trombone, trumpet, yeah. Anybody else? Who else we got?
I think that's all we got right now in terms of who want to guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
a lot of them
Listen,
got covered.
oh yeah, don't be ashamed to call his name. So now I'm glad. Nah, I'm messing with y'all. So listen, all right. So look, all right, B, talk to us now about what was popping after Lovely. What happened in that middle section that got you to your second album, Phoenix Rising.
okay,
That's, that's a whole nother era all by itself.
so y'all, you want me real talk it? So, when we real talk
Listen,
it,
that's all we do here is real talk. So
okay,
however you feel comfortable relaying that, that's up to you.
so,
And we had another guest, by the way. I ain't even
and,
cut it.
and,
Uh
and
oh, okay. Yes, Sister Queen, what's going on? Keys, yes, you are correct. Piano is present on the song.
so, again, I'm an artist, and I mean, true to the bone. I write about my experiences, my life, and again what I see, what affects me or what I see affecting people around me. So for a minute, after we did Lovely, I kind of went into an emotional slump, like real talk. Like I went, like we talking about like mental health and self care, and like that's like a really big thing now. I went into a moment where life got me. I was, again, a single mother. At this point, I had three children, all very young, because I had the twins, and then I had another little girl 3 years after them. So literally in the studio with strollers and car seats and bottles and rocking a car seat while I'm trying to sing and record. Like it was like that. And so I think life got the got I'm gonna say the best of me, but life kind of grabbed onto me for a minute, and I sat down. I got tired, I got frustrated, and I was like, "Yo, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this. Maybe this isn't for me." And it was people like D, y'all call him Renaz. It was people like him, and some other people was like, "Are you crazy? All you done been through and you came through with what you got, what you accomplished, and you got the nerve to tell me." Like we was filming Baby It's Cold Outside video. My kids were in the car sleeping because we was up 1, 2, or 3 o'clock in the morning, and my kids were in the car. They had dinner, they had their pajamas on, and they were sleeping. We could see them. We ain't leave them. They were right there. But you know what I'm saying? It was like those type of hurdles and challenges that I went through as an artist, and it got to the point where but I lost hope. I lost faith because it wasn't moving in the way that I thought it should have been. I won't say I missed a lot of opportunities. A lot of opportunities came and went. And I got discouraged. I got caught up in life. I got caught up in the 9 to 5. I was teaching full time in DC public schools. I was, it was just a lot going on. And one of my producers, Damon Dizzy Fingers Bennett, Philly Sound from Philadelphia, from Philly Sound, called me and was like, "Yo, what you doing? Like, what you doing?" And I was like, oh. And he was like, "I got this track, listen to it." And he said, "I want you to come up next weekend." And so I went up there, and he played the track for me, and that was, "This here is my time. The spotlight is mine. Lights, camera, action. I'm ready to blow. It's my time. I'm gonna shine." Right? My claim to fame is around the corner. Right? Don't want to wonder where. I don't know where I took the wrong turn. I swear it's I'm supposed to. I swear it's a lesson I'm supposed to learn. Working so hard to make it, trying so hard to make it. That's how I got that song. Because I was so depressed and I was working so hard and I was giving up. And he said, "Come on, do this track with me. Come on, I wrote this track for you. I thought about you, and I didn't know what I was gonna sing." And I just started singing, just humming to myself and literally crying. Like it was like a rebirth, like a prayer, like everything happening at the same time. And that was the first single from Rising. And the album was called Rising because I literally felt like I was coming from ashes. I literally felt like I was a phoenix being born again. If it wasn't for Damon, who sent me that track and was like, "Yo, come on up here, let's get some work done," because I didn't think I had it in me anymore. I was like, "I'm a mom, I'm a single mom, I'm teaching, I'm working, I gotta take care of my kids, I gotta do my thing, I gotta do those things, I gotta be responsible." Yeah. I did all of that, but I was forgetting to feed. The self-care is my music. The self-care is expression, is the arts. And I had put that down. And so when I did that song, that was the spark for Rising. And what, 14, 15 songs came after that. Like, Like people just like, oh, Ray, you back in the studio? Look, I got this joint for you. Z was like, yo, I got this joint for you. Oh yeah, I got this joint. Oh, come on, you right, you back? Come on, let's go. And 14 songs later, Rising, and that in itself was a struggle to get done. Self taking care of. Shout out to House Studios. Um, the blessing was I found it was supposed to be the top studio in the city, House Studios, at that time when I was recording. And somebody was like, yo, you need to check out House Studios. Like, go check them out. And I was like, okay. And I looked them up, yo. They were across the street in the alley from me. Look how God did it. This was the top studio, and I hit up the manager, Vic. Shout out to Vic. I hit up the manager on like Facebook or something. I said, hey, my name is Afi Soul. You know, I'm an artist. You know, I didn't really say all the stuff I did. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to, you know, get back in the studio, work on a new project. Sent them a couple things. He was like, let's work. He said, where you at? I said, across the street. He said, word? I said, no, literally, I live across the street. He said, word? He said, come on. I went across the street. In that second, I think my son was on my head. My head tie was on. I was not looking like no Afi, so I was looking real raggedy. And I went up there, he was looking at me like, yo, you keep your hair like that?
Wow.
When I recorded, he was like, yo, so what's coming to look? This how you keep your hair? Like, this is what you do? I said, no, I'm just, you know, just, I didn't know this. I didn't have
these are the stories we live for.
It's hilarious. And then when we put it all together, he saw me ready for it. He was like, word, okay. Then I was ready for showtime. And, you know, and we put it all. I said, yeah, no, this is, yeah. After that, yeah, I was like, okay, all right, okay, come on, you gotta put it. Listen, I got some stories to tell. he was like, what's up with you? This how you rocking? This what you doing? That I was like, I was going through it. You know, it's not easy in the city being a single mother and taking that thing seriously and really grinding and trying to work it out for your family and still trying to hold on to this one gem, this one light that, you know, that keeps you going. I had put it down. And so I had to get my mojo back. You know what I'm saying? And so that was funny. But yeah, so then Rising came. Then that album came. Yep.
Yeah. And along with it, I might add, because I also got an opportunity to tap back in with you for a little while before God took me on my journey to what you looking at right now. You know, like
right.
That whole process of that album, like even the shows we started doing around promoting it after it was done, even the process in the studio. But what I did, I will say, I significantly noticed, even in the midst of all of that, is that the creativity seemed to come smoother than when we did Lovely. Lovely, we were still figuring out what it is.
Yeah, we didn't know what we was doing when we were doing Lovely.
It was just all heart and listen, this sounds good right now. Come on, y'all ready?
I didn't know how to sing in a studio mic. I didn't know how to hold the earphones. I didn't know Jack Rabbit when we was doing Lovely. I didn't know anything. I just knew I had these songs. And like the producers were like the engineers would be like, no, you have to do it like this and step away from the mic and do this and do it. Like they taught me how to sing into the mic on some parts. I didn't know what I was doing. But when we did Rising, I was like, come on, give me this track, give me that track, pull this in, pull that in, fade that out, give me pan, da-da-da. They was like, oh, you know what you're doing. I was like,
yeah,
yo, I was like, because Lovely was the school. Lovely was school. It was going to school. We went to school on Lovely. Everybody who was an artist who worked on the album, every producer, everybody. Like we had some seasoned people like Elise Perry who did Baby It's Cold Outside, which was my first single that was on BETJ that got my first like breakthrough kind of situation. She also produced Kendrick Far Away. Like she was seasoned. So she also schooled me and mentored me. She's the president of the what is it? What is it? Oh my God. The people who run the Grammys.
Oh yeah, yeah, the one,
Recording Academy. She's
yeah,
the
the
president of the DC
recording
Social
academy.
Recording. Right. Her. She mentored me. She was, oh no, baby, you can't, no, 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 baby, no, okay, come on, I was sleep on
Yeah,
her
look,
floor.
look, at least I had everybody in the studio together.
Yeah, I would sleep on her floor, go to her apartment, and be sleeping on her floor while she banging out tracks, and she'd be like, "What you like this one? You like that one? Come on, sing this line right here." Like she was teaching me how to hear music and write melodies to it. It's like I ain't know none of that stuff. I ain't know that, but when I got in there for Rising, it was like I could hear the whole symphony in my head, and I knew how to pick each part up. Before I didn't know how to pick it out. I didn't know how to say this needs to happen here, and that's too loud, and that needs to work like this. I didn't know how to pan. I ain't know nothing about no pan. I was panning. You know what I'm saying? I was, and so yeah, it was a smoother process, and even now working now, yeah, producers be like, all they gotta do is press play now. I mean, all they gotta do is press the record button now. They're like, it's just, it comes with time though, because it comes with time and trial and error to get to that point where you're comfortable as an artist to go into, the lab. We still say the lab. Go into the lab because you cooking up something.
That's right.
Yeah, we cooking up. We
Cooking.
cooking up. We still cooking up. You hear me?
Cooking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man.
To be able to go in there and do that, I'm not by any means. I'm still learning. It's always a learning process. Never think that you've learned everything and you can do everything. It's always something new, especially where technology is going. It's always ever changing. Pro Tools that we use then ain't Pro Tools what we use now. Do they even still use Pro Tools? I hear they using Logic now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, or whatever. D, you know all that stuff more than me, But
Yeah. It's so many different programs out
yeah,
now. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
ever changing, ever changing. So you never know everything. You never know everything, but you just get a little bit more comfortable with yourself as an artist, and you know what you want when you're going in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's beautiful. So look, real quick, we gonna give y'all another music break. Since we done touched on some of the history and the everything that's chronicled around the Rising album. We're gonna give y'all some of that music. Before we do that, we tap in. Anybody in the comments have any questions or any thoughts y'all wanted to share about what's being shared now in this moment? Please feel free to speak. You know what I'm saying, freely, and we definitely want to include what y'all think and what y'all want to know, or things y'all might have thought about to ask that we didn't ask. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Also, Brother AJ, I wanted to give you an opportunity also, sir, to maybe chime in or maybe another question or thought you might have had, because I know whatever I don't cover, you think of something I didn't think of. Um,
Yeah, that'll come momentarily. I think you like a little bit earlier we were kind of like going over the whole thing, and you kind of came in on the tail end when Sister Afi was really running down the history of like Black Broadway, and that was I think when it comes down to it fitting into the whole movement, how she feel like how you feel like Afi you fit into the whole movement. I think you kind of sort of touched upon it, but I think like as we kind of sort of get a little bit deeper into the conversation, I think that's a question a little bit like we can kind of sort of circle back around to it, because you gave a great synopsis of the history, and as we kind of talk about the return to it, I think that'll be an important thing to really touch upon a little bit later in the conversation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. All right, so before we get right there, good people, off of the Rising album, the second album of Afi Soul. Wait a minute. What song it was it again you wanted that you had the was it Afi? Oh yeah, it was Ooh Wee.
Ooh wee, ooh
Yeah.
wee.
Thank you. Forgive me. I almost forgot because I got like 4, 5 of them in my head now since we talked about it earlier. So
And if you
again,
heard me sing, you understand. Ooh wee.
yes indeed. Yes indeed.
You
Uh-huh.
understand, ooh wee.
That's
Yes
right.
indeed.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. So again, Afi Soul off the Rising album, which is also on all streaming platforms. Everybody can purchase it. You know, like it, stream it, love it. All
Yeah.
right. Ooh wee.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Yes,
everything
sir.
right with me.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And
So
then
Got that
talking
crank.
here,
if
it
I
said good
shout out
old,
the producer,
huh?
can I shout
Huh?
out the producer for that one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Please do
That's
that.
Bink Wills. He used to be in all the go-go bands in back in the day, and he I think he's in LA now or something like that.
Yeah, Bink doing the big on the left side.
Yeah, but he just again, like I'm gonna tell you, but the way we wrote Rising, people was like, "Oh, word, here go a track." So that's what he did. I don't know how we connected, but he connected with me. He was like, "Yo, I got something I want you to listen to," and he played it. He sent it to me, and I literally fell asleep listening to it, humming to it, and just like literally that's what came to me as I was falling asleep. And then when I woke up, the song, I was like, I played it again. I said, I got it. And I wrote the song and I talked to him and I was like, I got it. He said, oh, I can't wait to hear it. And I said to him, he was like, he was like, I mean, this brother. I mean, again, like I said, he's a go-go musician, and I say that very proudly. He's a go-go producer, musician who was able, go-go originally is jazz and percussions, and he brought that thing all the way around and made it hip and current. Like he brought that thing all the way around. I'm trying to think, he had originally it was a synth. Was it a synth bass? No, I think originally it was an upright bass sound on it. I said, you know what will make this really pop for this time right now? Make it a synth bass. He said, for real? I said, yeah. Make it a synth bass and watch what it do. He made it. I said, yeah, that's it. I said, I can work. I got it. I got it. And
Yeah.
that's how we did that. We over the phone. I think he had already moved over. My friend to call him. He need to give me some more music. But
Yeah, speaking of,
Right.
listen, because we talked about it and worked on it over the phone. He didn't even know I was gonna do so. I just went and recorded it over, I think, over the MP3, and he was like, "I'm about to send you all the files." Then he was like, "Yeah, yeah, all right, yeah," and that's how I did that one. Yep. And it's funny because I didn't have a story of, like I said, most of my stuff is stuff that I've experienced. That one was a dream, like a fantasy of how I wanted to meet and connect with my partner in the future. It was like, like dreaming. Like this is all like, fairy tale. This is so it was that type of vibe when
you know,
I was
you
writing
know,
that
you
song.
do, you do know what you did, right?
I know manifested. I say
Yeah,
manifested.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. You prophesied that thing right on it. Like,
I was
Come
literally about to
on,
say the
King.
word
Come
prophesied.
on,
Yep.
King.
Yep.
you felt it too, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the word I was gonna say. That was a prophecy right there.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen, and I don't even know what I be doing sometimes. I ain't lying. I don't even be knowing what I be doing sometimes. But then when I go back and I listen to some of my songs, I'm like, yo, I can't sing that one no more. And let me tell you where I learned that lesson from. I was at a music conference, and the brother who wrote "Change" for what's his name? He be in all the movies. Tyrese. He wrote "Change" for Ty. He actually wrote it for himself. PJ, what's his name? PJ. I can't
PJ
think his.
Morton.
PJ Morton.
No, not PJ Morton. No, 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 no. That's wrong. I'm calling the wrong person. I'm calling the wrong person. But anyway, the guy who wrote the song, I'm sorry, I can't think of his name right now. We were in a session with him. And he said, be careful of the songs that you write and produce because as an artist, you have the gift to manifest stuff. So if you don't want certain things to manifest in your life, be careful about what you sing. And so he said he had to stop singing that song because he wanted love and happiness in his life. So he was happy to give it to Tyrese to sing. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
He was happy to give it to Tyrese to sing because he said he ain't want to sing it. He said he will never sing it again. I listened to some of the songs that I wrote when I was sad, when I was depressed, broken up, relationships, things like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, okay. I understand what he's saying. I understand what my mother was saying about, although I wasn't seeing writing or seeing anything negative, but we as artists, that's why it's really important what we put out there, because we as artists, we set the vibration and we manifest. And people need to, I don't mean to get deep, y'all, but D, you know me. You know how I
And
am.
listen, girl, you go ahead and be yourself on this channel. You see,
We,
it's our platform. We can say what's
we
going on here.
manifest what happens in our environments as artists. That's why you hear and see so much garbage on the radio and on the media. I'm going to leave it right there. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say.
Well,
I'm gonna leave that
well.
right there. And whoever gonna take it, take it. Whoever understand it, understand it. But that's why as artists, we got to be really careful and not play into the game.
The frequencies. We got the frequencies
Yo,
we put out. Yeah, man.
so real. Like, y'all got me up at 11 o'clock. This funny.
Mm.
Cause listen,
Now, listen.
what
These
we
days,
sing, what we sing, what we write. Look at the history of music and what happens and what has happened in our communities as the music changes and has changed. Because when it was self-destruction, you had it for and UNITY. When it was all that, what was we doing? Medallions. We was rocking it. We was together. We was in the parties rocking together, hugging up together. And if all of a sudden the music flipped and what happened and you couldn't go to a party and it wasn't shot up. You couldn't go somewhere because the music changed. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna stop. Come on, let's go ahead and talk about Lovely.
listen.
I'm gonna stop right there.
But listen, listen. You speaking truth to power because that's a part of what Black Broadway was too. Is our activist work in our town. You know what I'm saying? From U Street to Howard U to all the surrounding arts communities and activist communities and the whole Pan African community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all of that, like they have spoken about these truths concerning our communities, and we all know it's political. The stuff that's being released out there is in cahoots with the prison industries, which is also in cahoots with the government, which is also it's all tied together. So the power of Black Broadway is to speak on these type of things, which we also in our era started another wave up and did again, just like our elders did.
Yeah, because I mean, for me, and that right there has been kind of, I won't say it has been a challenge for me as an artist because I could have went a certain way, and I could have went a certain way with my style, my form, my career, my words, my
All of
writing.
that.
I sure could have. I sure could have. And I probably would be up there with some of them. I'm not going to name no names. I probably would be up there with some of them if I had made some decisions that I did. But I couldn't because of my conscious beliefs and the way that I was brought up, the way I was raised, what I was taught to value. Of course, I want to be sitting front row in the Grammys because what artist doesn't want to get their flowers? And that's real talk. What artist doesn't? Of course I want to. You know what I'm saying? When I got the DC award for, most up and coming artist, I was just like, yo, I'm on my way. But I had to make decisions. I had a family. I have my grandmother looking at me, my mother, my father, my people in my community looking at me. And so there were certain things that I could not do because I was consciously aware of that. And certain things were more important to me. Of course, I want things to be in a different, bigger, broader way. And, for the climb is just a little bit harder or a little bit longer for me. You know what I mean? But when I listen to the music that I do and I'm not tooting my horn, it's like, yo, I forget and I put it down. I do it, I put it out there and I put it down. I put it down, I'm done. I'm on to the next thing. Or maybe I'm performing it, but I don't go back and listen to the recordings. I be like, damn, that's me? Oh, God, maybe I should keep doing this.
Listen, real quick. Let me say you real quick. I'm gonna say this. And this is for you and for everybody under the sound of my voice that's from Generation X into, we'll even include the adult millennials. This is our time.
I can admit I received it.
Hear me loud and clear. This is our time. The gateway and portals of opportunity to manifest and move forward in what the Most High created you to do with your gifts, your talents, your dreams, your everything that will make this world a better place and help us to vibrate on the frequency that represents the Ruach HaKodesh, aka Holy Spirit, aka the energy that comes all around us. Everybody, you know it's all there. Whether you identify with a name calling it that or not, it's present. The gateway has been opened.
I received that.
I gotta keep saying it because it's in my spirit. I've been feeling it since before we started this. Hear me. Grab a hold of it and apply pressure. In this 50th year coming of hip hop, and in this time of renaissance, and in this time of jubilee, if you know anything about Hebrew culture and all the other cultures surrounding in the African diaspora that are all a part of that, and the different ways you can study that, the time is now. Apply pressure, my people. Everybody, hear me. Apply pressure now.
Shout out to my man DJ Shane. Literally has a song started off this year, 2 days into the new year, called "Apply Pressure."
See what I'm talking about?
Come on with it.
That's not on accident. There are no coincidences, only divine appointments.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Whole town lit. We out here.
All right. I received that. Because, I mean, real talk, sometimes I feel like I was talking to D the other day. Sometimes I feel like I'm just going to pass the baton. I got a lot still left in me. Oh, hell, excuse me. Yeah.
Listen, but listen, don't forget, you international now. It ain't that. Listen, now hear me. And we gonna frame this with our words and our perspective. You are not a has-been.
Absolutely.
You are not an almost or didn't quite make it. What the Most High did was evolve you into something bigger than what you even thought you were capable of. There's people in other countries that some of our Negroes here in DC ain't never even been to ever in their life that your music is known in.
That's true.
Hear me.
That's true. Now I need a booking agent to get me over there.
Listen, that's coming. Just hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Oh yeah, listen. In case y'all didn't know, part of this show is not just to entertain y'all. Every single time I come on here, as the Most High leads me to do so, I am going to speak life and power and abundance into everyone under the sound of my voice because it is my mission.
Yes. Yes.
Just like before, all I was focused on was trying to be a dope rapper, MD, and a music composer. I wasn't thinking about being nobody's preacher, about nobody's motivational speaker, activist dude. I thought it was the coolest, the farthest, the winners if you see me on a microphone. I wasn't trying to be no radio show host. I wasn't trying to save nobody. I just wanted to be as great as my daddy was.
Right. I remember that.
And then God said, no, something greater.
Yeah.
It's always something greater than what we see for ourselves.
Yeah.
When it comes from God. Always.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, LL Crawley. I saw your message. Thank you, sis.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Sister Queen LL Crawley in the building one time.
Thank
She
you, sis.
always showing love. Yes,
Shout
Yes,
indeed.
out.
indeed.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. All right, real quick. So, in the spirit of everything, we just have this is a powerful moment. It's great comments. We're gonna give y'all a special sneaky peeky Return to Black Broadway on this new hot single, this heat. You know what I'm saying? We about to drop on y'all coming in, you know what I'm saying? Was it Black History Month? Y'all don't even know what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Featuring my main man, AJ Throwback, yours truly, Ray Gideon Peoples, Uptown XO, Word to the History and the ODs, also featuring Stinky Dink, the OG, the big homie. Also featuring, we got our young boy AK, a new young blood coming on the scene. We bringing on here, you know what I'm saying? I believe he's 23 now. Yeah, he's an adult millennial young boy, and he got heat too. Yeah, we bringing it, man. This year again, we are applying pressure. We are applying pressure. Can I say it in my operatic verse? Applying pressure. Yes. All right. Yeah, and listen, don't get me started. I'll bring soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. Applying pressure, applying pressure, applying pressure, applying pressure. Yeah, applying pressure. Everybody, come on.
Yeah, we seen the orchestration in that video that we need more of those from you, bro. You know what I mean?
Hey, speaking of, that's coming. That's my next step. This film scoring I'm doing, y'all, it ain't about to stop with these computers, believe me.
We got some work to do too, my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Yeah, who else is talking to?
Oh, I mean, listen, because I ain't the only artist and producer on this live here. You feel me?
You sent me something that we supposed to be working on.
Oh yeah, yes, I did. Thank you. See,
Okay.
7%. So listen, yeah, a lot of that's coming, y'all. You know, this initiative is just the beginning of a lot of different things that we are gearing up for. As I said before, the whole town is on fire. Therefore, I'm trying to tell y'all we ain't playing with them. So, speaking of applying pressure, we're going to give y'all the sneaky peeky of this new single that's coming off the R2BB soundtrack called From Now On. Go ahead and run it, bro.
As she continues to explain artistry expression, but true musicianship is wrapped up in a package rhythm, creating order out of chaos to relay a vision. I reckon what she tried to teach me is a lights a prism, but one can only manifest full through who's missing. But first the jackals and the trappers gotta be forgiven. Can't have no hatred in your heart, cause that breeds a vision. Unless you're tapped into the truth with a deeper vision, can't flow. Yeah, how your eyes are full, the bounce back smooth, and rock a deeper vision.
Let me speak to the weak, wake them up if they sleep. Stinky think on the beat, if you speak in the heat. Really rap it complete, you can read it and weep. Make it bleed in the street, you can call me elite. Sound sweet on the track, you can call me a treat. As I cancel the culture, you can call me delete. Now I'm calling the sheep, cause they falling too deep. About to fall in the grease, give them something to eat. Let's make a two-piece, all suckers should cease. Now for me I'm a beast, for my nephew and niece. Know some old school dudes that'll pull up in Jeeps with their hand on the rope, but they pulling for peace.
I said we breaking the curse, breaking the chains. Never been afraid, spitting these flames, shifting your brain just to make change. That's how it is, that's how it's going. Hey, from now on. I try this shit.
That's all they get. That's all they get. Can't get the whole thing yet.
I like it. I like it. You gonna have to bring that over some to it, bro.
Oh yeah, I got you. I slide through. I'll put up.
Bring that over. I need to hear that right here.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yes, indeed. We are really excited, y'all, about all of the. Also, in addition to just all the great music that we all coming together to create for this project, it's also so much networking on the entrepreneurial level that's happening, like behind the scenes. I mean, like Brub and Elbow. Speaking of, sis, by the way, shout out to the homie DJ Shay that just tapped in with us. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, speaking of
Thanks.
Shane, we got work to do as well. You know what I mean? Listen, also, Afi, if I'm not mistaken, Shane specializes also in DJing R&B soul stuff as well as hip hop.
All right, let's get it. I love connecting. I love connecting with new people. I
Yeah,
love it.
man. Yeah, yes, indeed. And also, shout out to Shane again on his single that just came out, Applying Pressure. Like, talking about applying pressure, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, again, DC DMV, we not playing with them this year.
Not at
I
all.
know.
Not at
Yes,
I'll come back.
indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, so let's tap in real quick. Anybody speaking of anything else in the comments, or do we want to go ahead and jump into this last thing or just highlight? Yes, sir. The tribe. Um.
Absolutely.
So real quick, before we play one of your other jams that's current in your present era. I think what we just spoke about, how you've been shifting what you are saying now in your music and, how you even prophesied previously,
all.
what your present reality is. So talk to us about the journey into the now. 'Cause that's a whole nother chapter going on. That last segue just rolled us right on into that.
Like my life is really a movie. Like my mom was telling me at a book, like for real, like seriously. So okay, so if you don't know, if you haven't picked up yet, I grew up very cultured. I'm very cultured. I'm very, you see the artwork behind me. I'm very cultured, very African centered, very, you know, centered in being a black woman, African American woman in America, in DC, in this world, right? So, my son is a phenomenal drummer. He's 11 years old, and
Nephew.
I'm not just saying it because he just came by to tell me good night. He would have loved to hear the shout out. He literally has been drumming since he's been like 4 or 5 months. He would crawl up to boxes and push them together and for to make the sound that he wanted and all that stuff. That 4 or 5 months, I'm not lying. So he drums with this with two companies. One company I dance with, Conquer West African Dance Company. Yes, I dance too. And then also with this other group called Farafina Khan. So
Mm.
Farafina Khan is
Yeah,
connected.
shout out to Fairfield Khan, shout out to Jabari Exum.
Shout out to Conqueron, both of them. Farafina Khan is connected to the Back to Africa movement. The Back to Africa, what was it? The Year of the Return movement, right?
Mhm.
Farafina Khan is connected to them. That's a whole part of that whole family. So in that Year of Return, there was the Back to Africa tour. The first year was when Backyard went to Ghana. I know y'all heard about that, right?
Yeah,
So
everybody, we preach
this
that.
is the same whole company group family that took back to Ghana. The second year it was Raheem Devon, West Felton, and Farafina Khan, and I performed over there too, and some other people. And so my son was drumming with them. So we had to work, hustle, fundraise to get our children over there. So myself and my son went to Ghana, and my son performed. He drummed at the Cape Coast Dungeon. He drummed at like, a lot of different historical ancestral places. We did the tour and everything. And so when I was over there, when I was over there, I'm blessing. You see the thing? You see it? You
Yeah,
see it?
yeah, that's what I was about to
Yes,
say.
indeed.
Like,
I
yeah,
see it.
if y'all ain't peeping,
Yes. I love seeing my sister
she
happy
started,
like that. Just come on
she
here.
started blushing as soon as we started talking about Ghana.
When I was over there, one of the bodyguards slash security guards for the tour, um, ended up being my husband. Yeah, so I'm going into 4 years. Can you believe it, D? I'm going into
Wow.
4 years. In June, I'll be married 4 years to Mr. Nkrumah, which leads into so when I was there, my husband and his family, networked with me. A lot of people. My husband was like showing me off. This is my wife. This is Afi Soul. Like introducing people, radio people, all this stuff. Listen to my music, and I met through one of the connections. I met this producer. His name is Wings Armani. Shout out Wings Armani, and they were like, "Let's work." Wings hadn't heard any of my music. He was just like, "This is my wife. You need to work with my wife." He's like, all right, all right, all right. And he Bojangled. I ain't gonna say the other way. You know Bojangled. DC girl.
Another
But
DC
anyway,
thing.
he Bojangled and waited until the week it was time for me to leave Ghana. This was like coming back after we got married. Like now I have a house in Ghana. I live there. We have a tour company there. Anybody want to come to Ghana? Holler at me. We have a lot of stuff that's happening there. Developing, and I work with Ghanaians, helping them. Everything like that. Anyway, so he bojangled the whole time, and he waited until like literally the week it was time for me to leave, and was like, all right, come on, let's go in the studio. Pretty much he was like, yeah, like whatever, yeah, okay, yeah, that's his wife, okay, yeah, she cute, come on, yeah. So, and I think that was because he hadn't listened to nothing. He didn't look me up or nothing. He was just like, all right, come on. So we went in there, and he started playing the track, and I started singing. He was like, he literally did, and he was like, what you say your name is? I said, Afi Soul. He was like, he said, all right, come on. So I kept going. I said, give me another track. Give me another track. Give me another track. I was laying it like that. Give me another track. And my eyes were closed. I was like, give me another track. The lights were blue in the studio. Everything, it was hot. The air conditioning wasn't working. Your Africa is hot. And he was, I was sweating. Husband was tired. He went to sleep outside on the concrete block. It was so hot outside, right? He went outside. I was like, give me another track. He was like, yo, you working like that? I was like, yeah. I said, come on, give me another track. 30 minutes, I laid the whole song down. He was like, he looked at me, he said, I didn't know. I said, what you mean? I didn't know what he was saying. He said, I didn't know. I said, what you mean? He said, I didn't know you were a singer like that for real. He said, I didn't know.
Are you playing, cuz? What you sleeping up?
And I started laughing. I said, I told you I was ready to work. And I just looked at him like, I told you I was ready to work. He said, all right. He said, when you leave? I said, he said, all right, by the time you get back, you'll have some WhatsApp. Check your WhatsApp when you land. Had like 7 tracks. He was like, do what you want to do with them. Let me know when you're coming back. I came back. We laid out them 7 songs. We laid out 1, 2, 3, 4. We laid out 5. And when I came back here, I was on this Afrobeat field. Like I was working with this other producer here. And he's from Nigeria. And I laid a song with him. So I ended up finishing like 6 songs. I call it Afro Soul. I don't know if I made it up, but I'm calling it Afro Soul. So it's like a blend of Afrobeat and true DC girl soul music, a blend of it. And the first track that we released a couple of months ago is called My Dear. And it's dedicated to Rasmus. And the whole EP, because it's not a full album. More is coming after this, but it's not a full album. It's called Mrs. Nkrumah. It is yet to be released. I wanted it to release this past summer, dealing with technicalities, dealing with different things happening here and there overseas. So pushed it back. Then I wanted to release it at the beginning of this year, January. It was supposed to be January 1st. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen, but I'm praying for the beginning of February because I am Black history. I am African American history. I am African history. So I pray to be able to release it in February where we really focus and put our energy and attention on our culture and our heritage. And this is me bridging the gaps between, I know a lot of people do it, like Chris Brown and all of them did it, but this is like a true in the trenches artist connecting with true in the trenches artists in Ghana. I have different people hitting verses on there, 2 different hip hop artists over there. Dope! I mean, when I tell you, listen, so I'm excited about this project. So
Oh, side note, DJ Shane popped in the comments and said, "Let's make this Ghana trip happen." So I don't know,
hey,
y'all
give,
want to tap in? We're gonna
give
tap.
me
I'm trying to tell
information.
you this is the year of the tapping.
Listen, get information from my brother. D is my brother. The Renaz, I call him Renaz. That's my brother. Get my information from him. Hit me up. I do tours year round to Ghana. I took a youth group. Shout out to Teratiba Youth Association. I took 25 of them this past summer, and it was life changing. They have never experienced. And they've been to Ghana before with another group. They said they've never experienced the way I gave some. But I said, but I take you to Ghana, you want to see my. You're gonna see my Ghana. We see the we do that, but we get down and we get to the reason why we need to be going back and what we need to see, so what we need to understand. So yeah. So anyway, so my dear, the first single we released the video. I have a YouTube channel, y'all. Hit me up on my YouTube channel. It's called Afi Soul. It's just that simple. My YouTube, you can see the video for that. You can see the video we did for Amazing, which was my soul project, because I hit two free and Amazing this past year, which are 2 soul projects from Soul Music Sanctuary. It's a Soul Music Sanctuary. That's a whole nother project I was working on. But this one right here, this is my new baby. It's Afro Soul music. It's a fusion, like I said, of Afrobeat music with true DC girl soul music. And y'all gonna play my right now?
Oh yeah, we my dear. Oh yeah, my dear. We about to play it, my dear.
I mean, you didn't talk it up. It's like,
Listen, we gonna go ahead and play this, my dear, one time.
I hope y'all like it.
Yeah, Afi Soul's Afro Soul. Yes.
Yay!
I love it. Yes, ever evolving in a magnificent way.
Yes.
And I want you to remind yourself that you said, "Oh, when I went to my house in Ghana overseas."
You're so crazy.
Yeah, that part. All right.
Crazy.
Afi Soul, my
Yes,
dear.
sir.
Also, we want to thank everybody that's been tapping in with us and watching this wonderful show, peeping all of the great history, peeping the different aspects of the culture that have been highlighted tonight. Word to the whole R2BB movement.
Yeah,
You
I
know
love
it. Let's all keep applying pressure. Let's all keep tapping in and networking and building at the next level. And to all the people who didn't know who we were before, you shall know now.
Can I just say real quick, is this the last segment before the song plays?
It is.
Let me just say real quick, you guys just gave me more energy and inspiration and a spark, and I'm not even lying when I say that. As an artist, we have ups and downs, and sometimes we have self-doubt. And I'm a real transparent person. D knows this is who I am all the time. I could come off stage and come stand right next to you in the crowd. That's the type of artist that I am. I get fussed at for that a lot, but that's okay. But
Be
that's
you.
who I am.
It works.
So I just want to thank you all for having this platform. Thank y'all for everybody who was on here and who had things to say and affirmations and and just being and sharing in the energy. And I just pray and I just ask y'all to find the music, find my music. It's real easy, and just share it. Share it. Ask somebody else, hey, listen to this, what you think about it, because this is how artists like me, artists like these brothers on here get out there, because we're independent. We're Rage Against the Machine. We're like doing the thing, independently from a passion that's like to get it out to y'all. So thank you, and I hope y'all like my dear.
Yes, indeed, my dear Afi Soul.
Thank you.
R2BB podcast show. We out.
2 a.m., baby, 'cause my mind is racing lately, staring at the ceiling and thinking of you. I miss reaching and the feeling, so secure when I'm with you. Pick up the phone and message you. So you know I'm missing you, my dear sweet darling. I'm really missing you. No one in this lifetime or two. I'm only here for you. The way you hold me, protect me, the way you love me. The angels that test us together, me and you. I boarded a plane and left my love in paradise. At least paradise it was for me. That's where I found my honey, and love found me. So even if the roads are rough, leaving him would be so tough. And it was never easy, but to know he is here for me, I wish to be there, it's where I'd rather be. To feel his loving arms, to hear his voice. I miss my baby, I'm sending a message. My dear sweet darling, I'm really missing you. No one in lifetime or two, I'm only here for you. The way you hold me, protect me, the way you love me. The angels have blessed us together, me and you. So when you read this, know that I'm thinking of you. Till the next time we're together, just me and you. Put a smile on your face, a warm feeling in your heart. Read this message each day we're apart. My dear sweet darling, I'm really missing you. No one in this lifetime or two, I'm only here for you. The way you hold me, protect me, the way you love me. The angels have tested us together, me and you. My dear sweet darling, I'm really missing you. No one in this lifetime or two, I'm only here for you. The way you hold me, protect me, the way you love me. The angels have tested us together, me and you. My dear sweet darling, I'm really